Hello and welcome to the Way of the Mystic show. This week we're going to be talking about Archangel Azrael, the angel of death. He is there to help you if you are trying to connect with people that you've lost, who have crossed over, and he can also help you with grief. I've had a lot of people asking this week how it is that they can connect still to people who've crossed over, get messages to them, and how they can receive messages to know if their loved ones are okay and how they're doing, what happens next. And I've had people asking what happens when you cross over. As you know, I do past life regressions and I do a lot with past life readings and dealing with the Akashic records. So I go a lot through reincarnation and the process of keep going through different lifetimes to learn different lessons and the energy ripples that follow us throughout life. So I thought we would dive in deep today with Archangel Azrael, because he literally is the angel who will help you with anything to do with passing over, crossing over, connecting energetically to those that you've lost, and for them to be able to connect with you. So we're going to work out exactly how it is that you can connect and what kind of messages and what kind of things that you can expect to receive. Now, what happens is most people, when they think of the Archangel Azrael, the angel of death, they think of some grim reaper, black angel that is there waiting to snatch you from this life or waiting to snatch your loved ones from this life, and it couldn't be further from the truth. Archangel Azrael was there at the start at creation. He is actually linked to the pale blue colours. He's linked to the crystal angelite crystal, the angelite crystal. I'll put my teeth back in. He's linked to the angelite crystal, which is this one, and it is the pale blue and white crystals, the lights that you use. You can use the pale blue and white and sort of luminescent colours when you're visualizing, or if you're meditating, or you want to put those colours on, or if you would like to use the crystal, you can use this crystal, which will heighten and raise your vibration to aid connection. We are going to talk about, he is there for peace, tranquility. He is there to make it as easy as possible for you to transition from the physical life through the blue mist and into the next stage before you go into the transition chamber and move forwards. He also, not only is he there to help people who are crossing over, help your loved ones cross over, help people that you know who are crossing over, and will eventually be helping you into the light. He also is there for us when we are going through grief, or we're going through that transition period of being able to not move on, because that's not what we do. I think that when we lose someone, it is such an awful gut-wrenching miss and ache that never fades. The missing and aching, it only gets worse. It doesn't fade. But you are enabled to live your life still, and still to be able to do things and to carry on for all those around you, and to keep moving forward on the things that you are meant to be doing and live the life that you're supposed to be living until you can meet again afterwards. So he's there to help get you through that period, and so that you can still feel that connection with the people that you have lost, and so they still have that connection through you, through the vow. Now, you get a lot of people, so when we talk about people who have crossed over and passed over, once you leave the physical body, the silver cord, the link that attaches you to your physical body, so if you do astral travel, lucid dreaming, all the things where you're having the out-of-body experiences, you are linked energetically by a silver cord that attaches your spiritual body, your etheric body as such, to your physical body. So once that cord has been broken and you're crossing over through the blue mist and onto the other side, they want to know what happens, because there are people who are stuck, people who go through and they don't see the light. They feel like they have unfinished business, they're too angry, they're too surprised or traumatized, or they just don't want to go because they're so connected and so worried about someone, or so wanting to be with someone. Just because they haven't crossed over immediately doesn't mean that will always be the way. It is very easy at any point for people to cross over. Even if they had been stuck for a very long time, it is still easier with help to be able to cross over. You get lots of stuck energy, and it's almost like, say like I'm recording this now. So this is a recording of me doing this, and so I've recorded this at a different time to when you're watching it. But it's like that trapped energy. If there's been a highly traumatic or a highly joyful, excitable event, then that will energetically stay in that place, almost being replayed over and over. And people will sometimes hear, they're not ghosts or apparitions talking to someone, they are almost overhearing conversations as if they're not talking to you. It's almost like you're witnessing something happening in sort of some sort of distant realm that isn't quite where you are, but you can still hear it or feel it. And that is trapped energy. That is just a replay of stuck, trapped energy. And the more attention that is focused on that trapped, stuck energy, then the heightened it is, the more powerful it becomes, the more clearer, the more people notice it. And so it is a bit of a catch-22. The more people that notice this stuck energy, the more power it gains and the more vibrant it is. But again, that is easily dispersed and cleared away. But that's all that is when you think of trapped and stuck energy. Then you get people who have crossed over, and people think that, especially once you're crossing over, they worry about being able to come back, being able to connect. And that's just not true, because once you cross over and you go through to the other side, through the veil, and especially through dreamland time, which is when we are going to be talking about how you can connect with Archangel Azrael and how you can connect with your lost and loved ones, you will be able to connect with them through your dreams. So the best time to connect with Archangel Azrael is through your dream time. So the best time to call on him and ask for his help is just before you go to bed. Now, when I'm doing connection with Archangel Azrael, I will quite often do my self-healing that I do, because I do healing. You don't have to do that. I do a meditation. Again, you don't have to do that. But all these things, they raise your vibration. And they get you in the right mind space, because the higher your vibration is, the less that they have to lower their vibration to get to you. And so if your vibration is high and they're having to come down lower, then what will happen is the messages are clearer, they're more concise, you get more information, more messages inside as well. So the higher you can be and the higher mindset that you can have, the easier it will be for Archangel Azrael and the lost loved ones to send messages and for you to receive or give messages back. So with Dreamtime, people will quite often disregard that as a figment of your imagination. It's just your subconscious. But what people don't realise is your subconscious is the gateway to everything. Your subconscious is your link to your soul. Your subconscious is your link to your soul mission, the infinite lifetimes that you have lived, and all the things about you. Now, with that, if you will connect through your dream time, your conscious mind, your rational self is less in the physical body. You are in that imaginative higher state. So it is much easier to receive the messages, which can come as someone coming to visit you and you feeling like you've actually seen them, you've actually held their hand, you've actually hugged them, you've actually spent time with them. It can be symbols, certain symbols that might mean something, certain smells. It might be a cigar, it could be a certain perfume, the sound of toast being buttered could remind you of someone, it could be a song. All these things are connections, but you have to learn to trust your instinct and your intuition as to what these messages are, because they are personal to you. Those dreams that you're getting, it's very worthwhile to keep a dream journal, especially if you're going to be connecting. And the easiest way to connect to Archangel Azrael, the easiest way to connect to your lost loved ones is through Archangel Azrael. And all you have to do is ask. I know it sounds simple and I say it so many times, but all you have to do when you're working with the angelic realm is to ask. That's the only thing you need to do. So get yourself into a comfortable state, whether you want to do any meditation or any other spiritual work beforehand to get you in a higher vibration state. That would be lovely. You can have a picture next to you of the person that you're waiting to contact with. That will help and aid you. Crystals will help you visualizing the pale blue and white colors, will also help you. But all you need to do is ask, Dear Archangel Azrael, please can you help me connect with, and you would insert your mother, father, lost loved one, whoever it is, their name, and say, I would like to let them know that I'm okay, or I need help, or I want an answer about this. Is everything okay? Are you okay? Anything that you're wanting to ask, that's when you insert that question there. And at the end, always ask, if there is anything else I need to know, is there any other messages that I need to know? And then thank them at the end. It's really, it's very personal and it's very simple, but I can't tell you exactly how to say it because everyone's going to have a different question. Everyone's going to have a different want. They're going to either want to know if the other person's okay. They want to tell them how they're doing, if they're okay or if they're not okay, if they need help or support with something. And so it's going to be very personal to you. But all you need to do is open that question to Archangel Azrael to connect you to your lost loved one with their name, and then you ask the question that is what you're wanting to know, what you want to ask, and how you want to feel. If you want help with grief, you want help with loss, you can speak to Archangel Azrael directly and ask for help with that loss, with that grief. And at the end, as I say, I always ask, if there is anything else I need to know, please send me a message, send me a sign, send me a symbol. That way it covers you, because when you're asking your question that you desperately want to know, you might be missing something. There might be something else that you need to know and you've not asked. So by asking if there is anything else I need to know, it covers all bases. I do that when I'm doing healing on someone, because there might be any other messages that come in not to do with healing. If I'm doing a reading or if I'm doing an Akashic record reading, literally any kind of spiritual work, the best way to cover everything is say, if there is anything else I need to know, please tell me. So that will cover all manner of things. Archangel Azrael, as I say, he quite often will be looked at as a dark angel. But remember, he is there to aid, comfort, and he deals with peace and tranquility and light on the pale blue crystallite ray. So please ask him for help. Ask him if you can connect with your loved ones. It might not happen straight away, but it might. It might take time. It might take several nights. It might take several weeks. It depends how high your vibration is. It depends how well connected you are, how well you're developed with your spiritual gifts and talents. It might connect. You might have no spiritual gifts and talents. You might have nothing at all that you feel that you have to work with. But know that everyone has skills. Everyone has the empath skills. Everyone has intuition and gut instinct. Everyone has those coincidences where they think of someone and then they call. These are all gifts, and they're the early start of the gifts that everyone has to develop. Everyone can heal. Everyone has these things inside them. You can literally learn any of the mystical arts and you will be connected. So don't feel like just because you're not giving premonitions and readings and healings and you feel like you're a spiritual person or not a spiritual person. Everyone's different. Everyone's got different gifts and talents. So open up, ask, and see what comes out. If you have any questions or you have any experiences or you want to talk, you can always DM me or message me below. I'll be more than happy to talk to you. And I'm always happy to talk about angels and anything mystical and magical. If you like the video, please subscribe and I'll see you again next week.